one map advantage. And Hammer's going to be rolling out. It's running that 2-2-2 peel sort of composition. We're trying to fight Movistar Riders head on. With Movistar Riders opting for the triple DPS in this engagement, Jason.
I mean, I could close my eyes and probably guess that Movistar Riders will be playing triple DPS, and they know how to play it so well. And there's so many teams in Europe that actually are afraid of the triple DPS and rate them very highly, if not one of the best, if not the best, European triple DPS dive team. Definitely better than eUnited. I mean, ChrisTFer got nothing to say about that.
Beat them 2-0, mate. Just smash them.
Oh, as you guys are measuring certain objects, definitely your prowess in the video games. Movistar Riders coming out on top. They get a clean attack over Hammers here. Hammers falling back for now. Bit of a composition that I guess they're not necessarily uncomfortable on, but it's definitely not their most comfortable roles. ChrisTFer is a standout Reinhardt player. Snizzlenose is much more comfortable on a Roadhog. He's an insane Roadhog, but Movistar Riders want to initiate regardless of that. Moving into the back lines, treading up quite equally as it stands. Backline's definitely being focused down by Movistar Riders here. Still, CWoosH was looking for options as well as he was diving onto Movistar Riders' own backlines, but didn't really work out for him. Recall's going to be used. Kolsti just finishing up Fischer as well, putting in a lot of damage to the Tesla cannon, and he will find the kill. Nesh still available on the point, just trying to contest it out, but he's so weak as well. And look at that, they just managed to catch him up in the nick of time.
You know, Hammer kind of went in a little bit scrappingly. They didn't come in as a 6, and then Fischer got staggered off in the end. Nesh died as well, and you can't really afford to do that, especially when now it's 50% for Movistar Riders, who have 4 ultimates ready to go. Even neptuNo, just a moments away from the sound barrier. And Hammer, they're going to have, yeah, I mean, a Dragon Blade, but Dante should be able to match Fischer in time. And that pulse bomb's going to at least connect on ChrisTFer.
Very nice. 2 ultimates used here. Dragon Blade as well by CWoosH. One swipe will bring an end to Snizzlenose's life. And with that, they do get another successful defense. Was that only 2 ultimates utilized there? We've still got a few on the board. 2 support ultimates to speak of, as well as the tactical visor on Finnsi.
So if you're Hammer, are you banking on the Dragon Blade right now to Fischer?
I was going to make a really bad joke about Fischer there, but yeah, for sure banking on Fischer.
What's the joke?
Go wild.
I was going to say, well, you can't really bank. I shouldn't have said that. I don't want to be him.
Too late. Joke time's over. The teams are fighting. They're moving in. Dragon Blade used by Fischer, trying to slice and dice his way through the opposition. neptuNo will fall. He finds them. He gets 3 kills. Beautiful work. Tries to finish off Kolsti, but unfortunately can't really beat out the monkey when he's got that Tesla cannon in the hand. So it is going to be the retake by Hammers. They used a single Dragon Blade, Fischer, high impact, collected 3 kills off the back of it, and they got ultimates to defend it with as well.
To be fair to Movistar, I think that's because Dante died and he got picked off, and that Transcendence would have been enough to hold it off, because there's nothing else on the side of Hammer to actually pressure his Trance, unless you're going to focus him down and get him really low on HP.
Tranquility is going to be used by both these teams at equal times, trying to keep them alive, but Logix with the pulse bomb will burst through that healing, finds 2 kills. Finnsi using a tactical visor, working his magic, seeing if he can find a kill, but he's being ran down by ChrisTFer. Regardless of that, going to be having those Discord orbs to assist him in the moment. Logix as well behind them, definitely helping out this team. A lot of peel coming into these back lines. 94% and counting here for Movistar Riders, capping it up. This first stage of Lijiang Tower looking absolutely in the bag for them as it stands. Hammers looking like Nesh might just be able to get onto the point. Yes, he does. tomzeY as well, but CWoosH utilizing that Dragon Blade, trying to basically find the damage that he can. Still trading equally. Overtime's going to be ticking down. Players are going to be able to jump onto the point from Hammers. Fischer's going to be putting in as much work as he possibly can to keep this ball rolling for them, but Movistar Riders have the positioning. Snizzlenose can delay for a decent amount of time here, but is it going to be enough? There's no ultimates that Hammers can really come back in with. The overtime, as the longer this goes on, will stretch down faster and faster, and as you can see, burning down to a crisp. 1 round on the board. Movistar Riders winning it out.
A little bit unfortunate that Fischer had to be the one to contest the checkpoint there towards the end, because he was about 80% on his ultimate, and if he would have had someone else that could have stalled for time, maybe throw in that Winston, throw in Snizzlenose on that Diva, and, you know, it could have been a little bit of a different story. I'm not sure if Dante actually had his Transcendence available at that time, and Fischer might have been able to actually turn the tides of that fight. But nonetheless, now we're moving into Garden, and CWoosH going to be sitting on the Pharah here. Definitely a big fan of Pharah on this map.
Thoughts on these comps, Cruz?
I really wish Hammers would swap around the Diva and the Genji, and then have a soldier, you know? So remove the Genji to have a Diva soldier to deal with this Pharah. Oh, this Opto Pharah. They both find them.
Switching off these roles, moving into the garden section here. Control point going to be unlocking in a few desperate seconds now between these teams. Currently, it is Movistar Riders with the 1 round advantage, working hard to try and maintain it as best as they possibly can, laying in the damage for now, playing quite passive, I should say. Going to be amping it up as well. Kolsti just doing a decent amount of work here. His team could dive on it, but Nesh is going to be claiming that first kill. Going to be eating a few shurikens, backing off. 1-for-1 trade between these two teams. Point still not quite unlocked. SWoosH has to back off, but can't quite find the mega health pack. He's going to be brought down with a swift justice as Nesh will find him. Still looking for even more. Nesh, a true driving force for the Hammers squad. First time at LAN. He's been playing incredibly well.
Yeah, Nesh has been doing really well.
Jason just raises a thumb.
Oh, that's 10 out of 10 input there.
Thank you. I mean, I should get hired as an analyst.
Yep.
Jason,
Hammer, have a
Pop.
Jason, what's your fault
like,
here?
Flame has nothing on me, honestly. My thoughts, I think Hammers need to sort out the composition. I don't understand what this team is doing. If they're a soldier, they just go head to head. I feel like they'd be much better off, but I think Snizzlenose's soldier's questionable at best.
Ooh, post bomb gets sent wide, does not connect. Transcendence is going to be used as well by Hammers. Try and defend this off. Snizzlenose's going to be using the defense matrix to try and capitalize off it. tomzeY does collect the kill onto neptuNo. They are defending for now, still 30% on the board, and an opening is there for Movistar as they move forward. Dragon Blade by SWoosH is on 50 HP, forces out the sound barrier. That might be good enough for them. 1 ult for 1 ult, and that will prompt the reset here from Movistar Riders. Going to be grouping back up as 6 and looking for the repush.
You saw SWoosH trying to kill tomzeY there to stop that sound barrier from being used because he was relatively high up in the air, but if that kill did come through, it could have been a different story for Movistar. They might have been able to actually pull that one off, but luckily for them, they have double support ultimates coming up, whereas Hammer doesn't have a single one. Fischer's waiting with that Dragon Blade, but Dante at 83% on his Transcendence could be exactly what they need to make sure to mitigate Fischer in this ultimate. But that's a deep dive out of Kolsti.
Oh, Primal Rage used as well. Kolsti just trying his hardest to batter them into a bloody pulp. Still moving on to the point. ChrisTFer working off his own Primal Rage. Does collect the kill onto Logix, trading quite equally. Fischer still holding onto the Dragon Blade. He's waiting for that mega health pack to come up. He's 1 HP, gets the reflect. Ooh, that's dangerous. SWoosH tries to take the battle. Got a bit too greedy there. Now Nesh moves in with the post bomb. Doesn't quite find the frags that he's looking for. Can still be contested here. Nesh is in a position to try and work around this point for as long as he possibly can. Gets the recall off in the nick of time. 87% and counting. Fischer opting to use this Dragon Blade now. Moving in, trying to find the kills with the bubble and the particle barriers. Doing enough damage mitigation to just stop him in his tracks. Still 95% and counting for Hammers. If they get 99% and overtime, I think they're going to be very happy with this defense. And then look at that. It will be the recontention here by Movistars coming out on top in the end, but Hammers, I think you can be quite proud of what they've achieved there.
Really questionable Genji ult though. There you have 90% plus. Just save the Genji ult, go into the next fight, finish it out.
I actually saw when SWoosH did that 1v1 against Fischer, and Fischer got the reflect kill. SWoosH like rocked in his chair, like he was visibly frustrated with that one, expecting to be able to pick up that kill. And those small mistakes can definitely snowball against you. It might have actually almost cost them this map here on the Yuzhong Tower. But luckily for Finnsi, for Kolsti, they're able to actually clean things up. But look at that. That's going to be ChrisTFer going really deep. Graviton Surge is up for Finnsi. Just looking for an opportunity to use it, though. Just no switch over the Soldier, as you pointed out. Wanted to see him on this one, though. You don't know how good Soldier necessarily is. Well, we're going to find out here momentarily.
Popping off.
Okay, the kills were following up for them anyway. Hammers were just dropping like flies. Didn't even need the Graviton to really connect up with that. And look at that, Movistar Riders in a firm position so far. 42%. Still counting upwards. Movistar Riders with the 1 round advantage again. Yuzhong Tower. But all Hammers have to do is win 1 team fight and they could turn it around for them. Still, they're up against a brick wall of ultimates on the board. Finnsi has the Graviton Surge and they can combat that up with SWoosH's own little Dragon Blade, and they've even got the support ults to boot. Here comes the Grav, connects onto 2. Do they have the damage to follow it up? Post bomb, I believe, used. Indeed, it was. Logix does hunt for that 1 kill. SWoosH also into the back lines. Good ult management as well by Movistar Riders. Not using too little, but not too much either to win out that fight.
Good ult management is very important if you want to come back from 99-0.
Well, this is where things get a little bit iffy here for Hammer Esports, because Kolsti, he's going to have his Primal Rage, and Hammer have to touch the point, so they have to commit to a quick push, maybe across the bridge, maybe towards white. Looks like it will come over towards bridge, where Kolsti can just knock them off the entire map. You can see him jump in immediately here, and also the Blade coming in through, so this is going to be really tough, and I don't know if Hammer can actually turn this point around, because they're going to lose way too many men. Logix is going to somehow kill himself, but SWoosH nonetheless picks up a triple. Attack Visor coming in for Snizzlenose, but what kills are going to get, and it's going to be almost absolutely nothing, as he's eventually going to be picked off. And Movistar, after being down 99% to 0, will come back, take the second point of the Yuzhong Tower, and now be 1 map away from moving through in the losers bracket.
Such a big kill. SWoosH focusing on tomzeY. He was about 80% onto his sound barrier. If the Transcendence came through in the end, he could have potentially survived long enough to get the second defensive ult into that fight, potentially turned it around for his team, but
You know what's funny that I just realized?
What's up?
So, Movistar Riders, they're living in Spain for about 4 months now in their own gaming house. And they said when they first moved in there was no AC, there was no air conditioning. And they were playing in like 40 degrees with 7 computers on, sweating like crazy. So that was all training for here because now they're in there sweating like crazy. Most of the teams have been mentioning that as well. And it's just they're in their natural environment.
This is it. It's natural habitat. They can work and look towards concentrating fully onto the game now. That's what they've been training for their entire lives, is land conditions. But as it stands, we see Dante now moving over to the Zenyatta, putting in the work. Bubble's going to be blocking a lot of this damage, but both teams going to be trying to meet each other head on. And Movistar Riders, one more round will knock Hammers out of the competition. Hammers need to pull up the bootstraps and get to work, but tomzeY with that Discord orb on him in a bit of trouble. Nesh going to be answering it back with a kill of his own. A 1-for-1 trade as it stands. Can they take it even further forward?
CWoosH does get the kill on a Fischer. Relative ease.
Wow.
Gets a second as well, using these dashes to his advantage, trying to connect onto multiple targets at the same time, and then just getting over that wall to pick up that mega health pack. He just has a couple of teammates coming in, but the point is actually being captured only by one man. Finally, he can be able to contest this one, but again, CWoosH, he's getting more kills with the CWoosH strike than he's actually getting with shurikens at this rate.
That was a headshot with the shuriken at the same time. That's a lot of burst damage coming out at once. CWoosH completely a big driving force there for Movistar Riders to retake that. Almost went to Hammers' side. ChrisTFer was playing the point. Almost got the cap up in time, but right now Movistar Riders in a comfortable position. Logix almost with his pulse bomb as well. CWoosH is about 30% away from the Dragon Blade if he wished to use it. Still moving in. Nesh has the pulse bomb. Now he's going to be playing the point, trying to force the fight by Movistar Riders. Immediately they do lose a player. Pulse bomb onto the ground, doesn't connect the target that he was looking for. Now Snizzlenose using a tactical visor, connects one, but it does force out the Transcendence, so not all is lost here for Hammers right now. They take a prolonged fight. This could be working in their favor, but right now Snizzlenose getting ran down with a Discord orb on him. Fischer trying to make it work, goes for the deflect, but he's so weak, and Finnsi will find him with ease.
All right, so 35% now built up for Movistar Riders. They get in a position where they're getting things flowing, they're getting their ultimates used, they're trying to minimize the amount they need to win these fights. Kolsti, the Primary is going to buy some time, but CWoosH has a little bit of a window, though I would say with 90% on Shaz, that window is fading extremely quickly. Even tomzeY's going to have a sound barrier when they do try to come out, as they're going to be grouped up. They're engaging. This might be a little bit of a mistake out of Hammer. Let's see, or sorry, out of Movistars, but let's see if Hammer can turn this one around.
Certainly trying to. CWoosH has the Dragon Blade available to him, moving around. It's going to be the sound barriers used by both these teams. Dragon Blade as well. Moving out, Fischer searching for the options, but now it's CWoosH's time to slice and try and make sushi out of the enemy team. He's working his hardest to try and make it happen, but again, just playing ring around the roses around these lion statues. The Swift Strike will be sent through, getting into burst damage. Snizzlenose trying his hardest. Hammers look like they are coming out on top. Logix in a bit of trouble. Gonna get ran down by the Tesla Cannon. A bit of a sticky situation.
They're not even fighting on the point. They're fighting off the point, and yet Hammers have not even bothered to contest it or take it, which gives Movistar another 10-20%.
They haven't even capped it up even still. Look at this, post bomb used. Doesn't quite connect onto any of them. They're still recapping this. Hammers not playing the point, not capping it up, and it's all for naught. All those ultimates used, not getting anything out of it.
93% and counting here. We're almost at that 100% mark. Movistar Riders can close this out right now, but Hammers somehow able to capture that point in the midst of all this confusion, all this chaos that's been going on. Kolsti, 18 HP, just gonna let himself die. And Movistar probably gonna come back to look for another data fight here. Though, crew is looking at what they potentially will have soon. Does Hammer have anything that can counter this?
Well, it's not looking too good. I mean, they have the Diva Matrix to counter the aimbot. They need to really play off that.
It's gonna be hard for them right now. One round away, Movistar Riders to knocking out Hammers out of the competition. Hammers need to hold on, need to strike back, and here we go, Finnsi using a tactical visor, trying to work his magic onto the point. CWoosH finding the entry kill for them, another one as well. Finnsi bringing down ChrisTFer, that's the main tank, gone down the drain, straight to the back of the respawn queue, playing the point as well, perfectly. Post bomb by Logix, going to be collecting the kill onto Snizzlenose. The recap comes out, 95%. Is this going to be it? Movistar Riders, the percentages ticking up, no congestion coming out from Hammers whatsoever, and they will be sent home as Movistar Riders move forward into the competition up the lower bracket.
The Diva pick, I hate it so much against Neto. Snizzlenose really needs to step off that one soldier.